already, Jacob Zuma, the president and leader of the MK political party, has taken some time off to speak to his followers. He spoke about why he feels that the justice system is totally against him. He spoke about why we as African people in South Africa have not entirely achieved the freedom that we so wish for. He also gave us a reason why he left the ANC, a party that he served for decades, and why he started Mkhonto Wesizwe. There's some things also that Jacob Zuma did not touch that I so wish that he would have spoken about. Let's take this video, break it down into pieces so that I can further elaborate on some key points that Jacob Zuma is making in this video.
Welcome to King Said So, Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, King 053, Mr. Easy Imali Ening, and we're back at it again with another one. And this time around, we go to the MK political party, where the leader of the MK political party, former President Jacob Zuma, has taken some time off to speak to us as the country, in fact, and give us, just a peek as to what he's thinking right now. I've been calling for this. I'm like, I just wish that Jacob Zuma can address the MK people. I wish Jacob Zuma can say something regarding the latest events that are happening in the MK. I've loved him to be more vocal, leading to the election. Exactly 4 days to the elections right now. So we need the leaders to be out there. I'm sure they've got an event today at the Puma Stadium. Emalahleni, it's going to be crazy. Jacob Zuma will be there also, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But let's break down this video, that this, what should you call it, a public announcement video, speaking to the MK followers. And Jacob Zuma has been painted as the most corrupt, not only president of the history of South Africa, but the most corrupt South African. How does he feel about that?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I am happy to have this opportunity to say something to the people of this country. I know that some decisions have been taken about me, wherein the democracy of this country that has been praised throughout the world exercises the opposite of that. I'm a man who fought for freedom and went to prison for it, and even went to exile, and used everything I had to fight for freedom, perhaps what at times we call democracy. And I've done nothing in this country, done nothing wrong, but the people who are in certain authorities in this country have decided to tell a lot of lie about me. For an example, they've said I was the most corrupt person in this country, but they've never produced a single evidence as to what is it that I did wrong. The only thing I did in this country against the apartheid was to fight for freedom and democracy. And now, when we finally achieved this, some people have been sitting saying how corrupt this man is, but they've never produced a single evidence to that. It was a way of just saying you don't like this Zuma.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to speak about this. And I've spoken about it many times in my channel. If it's the first time you're here, I'm going to obviously repeat it for you guys because it's very important for me to point out and just elaborate a little bit further as to what Jacob Zuma is saying. The reason I love Jacob Zuma and the reason why most Africans and even some white people love Jacob Zuma is because if you know hip hop terms, we say he's a stand up person. He stands on his word, he's decisive. He does not dilly-dally. When he says he's going to do something, Jacob Zuma does it. He does not care how you feel. He does not care how they feel. He will fight the system until he has no fight left in him. Now, Jacob Zuma has been labeled the most corrupt president who brought this Gupta family into the picture and managed to loot the government, capturing, they even came up with the name of saying they captured the state. The state is all arms of the state. The judiciary, the legislature, everything captured under this Gupta family. But when you go back, you see that the Gupta family have always been with every president before Jacob Zuma. Now, I always tell you, if you want to see if your African heroes are really heroes, look and listen to what their colonizer is saying about them. What do I mean about that? Go and listen to what white people, white parties say about Jacob Zuma. If you hear a white political party, if you hear the white privileged people praising the person that you say is an African hero, worry about it. Worry about it. No rich white person, no rich person who's got a privilege in Africa, in South Africa, is supposed to like Jacob Zuma because of what we think and what he says he represents. And that is why Jacob Zuma was the most hated president in South Africa. They were hating him because he was moving the profits. He was no longer happy about the crumbs that were falling off the table. He was now eating also a portion from the cake on the table, and they wanted to take him out, kill him, jail him, and everything. You know, attempts to his life. You know, he was poisoned once upon a time. You know, they even managed to arrest him without a trial, of which we will speak about that. So for me, I want to remind you that the reason Jacob Zuma is hated so much is because he was doing something that the other presidents were not doing. Not because of corruption. It's not because of corruption. It's because he was taking a portion of the cake, the piece, the pie of the white monopoly capitalists and giving it back to black people. The most millionaires were made in the term of Jacob Zuma. You said highest corruption, it was tenderpreneurs and what? Tenderpreneur has always been there. The apartheid government had tenders. They were issuing out tenders, supporting their own people. But today, most parties want to do away with the tender system, and I understand why they want to do away. But I'm saying you have to support black businesses also. Because if everything is state-owned, state-done, then black businesses will not thrive in the economy. Because remember, they have to compete with white companies that have been established for years. That is why when you bring a tender document for a road, when the white people bid, because they know how to manipulate BEE, when they bid, their company's credentials is more than your company. You have built one road of pavement. Now they are talking about 50 kilometers of tar road, and all that. Your company does not qualify. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to what Jacob Zuma says about his struggle credentials and how he will continue fighting for what he believes is right.
But unfortunately, I am a son of the struggle, served under many presidents. I served for the first time at my young age to President of Albert Luthuli, Oliver Tambo, and finally Mandela. I'm a son of these great leaders who taught me how to fight, how to respect, how to stand for the truth. Part of what has happened in the recent past, the organization that I served for many years was led by people who were no longer carrying out the policies and everything that the ANC stood for. And when this happened, when we were already said to be free, I found myself not being in a position to exercise what I thought was the manner of the ANC as an organization in this country. And I failed even when I tried to intervene. And it was the reason of this that I decided, therefore, to establish Umkhonto Wesizwe Party in order to do what I thought I was in this world for, to free our people, to make them have a better life than ever before. But it has been at this time that, again, I was tackled by the legal people in a democratic South Africa, as I was in an apartheid South Africa. I've had both. I went to prison without any trial. It has never been done even to those who are said to be the worst criminals in the world. I decided that as long as I am around and fit and thinking, I have to make a contribution to take this country to where we wanted it to be, a proper, free South Africa.
I believe that in this clip, Jacob Zuma is trying to remind us that, listen, people, I still have fight in me. The dog still has some fight left in him. And as long as this fight is still in me, I'm going to continue to fight because I have served under great leaders that have taught me to be disciplined, but also to stand up for what I believe. That's what Jacob Zuma is saying here. And he's saying that the reason why he left the ANC is because the ANC does no longer um, execute the policies that is in the books of the ANC. No, I mean, you know the policies of the ANC. The beautiful policies. Uh, this is a former president that's saying that. He said he himself tried to intervene and to say, listen, let me try to fight and let me try to intervene and all of that. But because people ask this question, why did Jacob Zuma did not do the things that he's saying he wants to do by the time he was in the ANC? It's not easy. The ANC is not Jacob Zuma's house. It will never be. The MK is, though. The MK is different there by the MK. If you give Jacob Zuma power in the MK, I believe he will not have challenges in executing what he wants to execute. If you give him a government now with MK MPs, with MK ministers, he will bring that Russian company to come and build the nuclear power here. Fast. Not that we need it though, because our coal stations are doing good. It's just they are not maintained and managed properly. That's it. That's it. Yeah, nuclear for future maybe, but I think that generation will be electricity will be generated differently, and I think some technologies are going to come where the world no longer depends too much on fossil fuel generation, wind, even solar. I think time is going to it's going to come where there is massive batteries that can be that can hold a huge capacity of of electricity, and that is, or the world is already moving to that direction. Actually, when you look at the cobalt mines in the Congo, that is why Congo is so much in demand, with all the countries, Germany, China, USA, the whole of Europe is in Congo mining the cobalt mines, because that is where the future of the world is going. Battery powered everything, cell phones, TVs, cars, houses, hospital, anything you can think of is going to be battery powered. And the cobalt, it just makes battery power so much easier. But anyway, we're not here to talk about. Jacob Zuma was arrested indeed without a trial. And he says he opened the AMK party to free the people. Jacob Zuma, in his heart, at the age of 82 years old, feels like there's still a mission that he still needs to complete. Khona into man asafuna ukuyenza uJacob Zuma. Khona man. Khona into eyi-one. And now the cry in his heart ukuthi, I wish these people can just give me one more chance. I wish these people can give me one more chance. Ngibabonisa magic, man. I want to show these people magic. Just one more chance. Is South Africa going to give in into that? We left it 4 days to see. We left it 4 days, literally. Literally. Saturday and Sunday, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday we are voting. Yo, I can't wait. Sure. I can't. Guys, you'll be getting content like nobody's business. I'm telling you. Monday, Tuesday, you guys will be tired of me. You'll be getting content almost every second hour. I promise you, I'll be in the studio working. If these guys don't want to come in for interviews, I'll be in the studio working. Any breaking news that break, you're gonna hear it from King Says So. So click that notification bell icon. Make sure that you are glued to your phone during the process of the elections, because your boy will not be joking around. Let's hear what Jacob Zuma says about the court system, the judges, how they unfairly treated him, and I also touch on things that I wish that Jacob Zuma would have touched on that are very important, especially for the public eye right now.
Judges of the Constitutional Court have taken a decision. I can't exercise my freedom, my democracy. Where must I exercise it? In what way? Because I wanted to change South Africa to make the black people in particular free in a true sense of the word. That is the reason why I established the party. And I want this party to be the party that would be appreciated by everybody in South Africa, black and white. I want peace. I want equality. I want freedom. I want this country to be a country that serves its people, its citizens. It is not correct that the citizens of this country, who are supposed, according to the Constitution, to have the last say, as they say, that the majority rules in democracy. And why are they being deprived of that by the Constitutional Court? I'm there, and I'm going to fight for my rights until this country agrees that freedom must be a complete freedom, not for some and oppression for others. I'm talking to you because a decision has been taken that I should not lead my party. I should not go to parliament. But our constitution, as I remember, says that democracy means the majority rules. Does this mean when the majority votes for Zuma to be president of this country will say no? What I also don't understand is that I've established a new party and I'm starting afresh under the party I lead now, but I'm punished for other parties that I was at some point. I don't understand the democracy that we have, how it operates, where it begins, where it ends. The judges that have judged me, they've judged me in the past in a wrong way as well, by saying I must go to jail without having a trial. What type of democracy is that one? I've taken a decision. I'll continue fighting in all the way, in different ways, to convince everyone that I am right. The learned friends are not. As long as freedom here looks like what it is, I will continue in a disciplined way to fight for my rights. And I'm saying this to the population of this country that must take the stand to correct the wrongs of this country. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, so before I speak about what Jacob Zuma is saying, because I don't understand the court system and this constitution that you have. A person that has been committed with a crime and says more than 12 months is not allowed to go to parliament. A person that is not of a sound mind is not allowed to go to the to parliament. Sound mind. What is a sound mind? And again, it says a person who has been convicted for more than 12 months must wait for 5 years to lapse before they can then run for what you call a parliament again. Okay, it's fine. That's what you are saying. It's good. Those reasons, why are they not applied also to the voters? Why is it that you are taking away the rights of this one person, but the criminals, you give them a right to vote? So a murderer can choose which political party. He's got a sound mind. A rapist can choose which political party they want to vote for. He's okay in his mind. You know, people who do cash and heist, people who sleep with or will sleep with children at school, people who kill our grandmothers, people who shoot people in clubs, people who hijack people, they can vote. They're fine. They're fine. No, Jacob Zuma, contempt of court. No, he's okay. He's not okay. He's not okay. He can't go to parliament. And this is a former president. Do you know the secrets that former presidents have? Do you know when you go to when after you are sworn in as a president, they sit you down and they give you the country's secrets. They pamper you with a lot of secrets of the country. If you're not okay, you'll get a heart attack. You'll get a heart attack. The man is solid, strong. His mind is clean. His mind is sound. You are telling me criminals can vote for parties in prison. But Jacob Zuma, guys, you cannot joke. Black South Africans, we are not free. That's what Jacob Zuma is saying. He says, my people are not free in my country. It's true. 30 years later, no land, no participation in our minerals, farming. Black people, we are the most farmers. The population of farmers, black people are the majority, but we are the minority in terms of the land we own and the crops we produce, and also the market participation. Closed outside there, can't compete with a white company. Who are you going? Are you going to compete with Johan Rupert when it comes to the wine industry? You know that what is that wine? The Tsonga wine can't compete with these people. You see, so now they are telling him he can't lead his party. And Jacob Zuma says, listen, my people, I will continue fighting for what I believe. I'll continue fighting. And that is good, you know. Like I said, Jacob Zuma has decided to say, it's fine, I will die fighting. 82, age is just a number. As long as I can stand up, as long as I've got breath in me, as long as I've got funding to fight, Jacob Zuma is saying, I will fight. I would have wished that he spoke a little bit more about Jabulani Khumalo. I would have wished he spoke a little bit more about the leader that he wants to choose, even though he would not have given a name, because it looks like more likely this Mokhwengi and Andile Ngitama, his daughter, is not saying anything. He's not saying anything. And of course, the chess master is waiting for the elections, because you don't want to get too excited, starting making announcement, and then the next thing, the elections comes, your numbers are too low and all of that. So you want to wait to see if South Africans indeed are going to vote for you, then you speak. But I would have liked him to address the Jabulani Khumalo issue. It is just hanging there. Many MK people are not worried about it, but there are those undecided voters who are saying, hey, but this MK thing, this MK thing, Hey, so for me, he should have addressed it. One of my ears of the channel has sent me a video to say, no, the MK political party is having an event at the Puma Stadium, Emalahleni, and there will be Witbank. There will be, gathering there, and it's their last event before the elections. This is on Sunday. So thank you so much for Usesua Mungsendele. She's in a spony, in the spread, and giving me all the information that I might miss. Because I said TV, I still don't have a TV. Many news pass me if I don't get them on YouTube. I'm trying to be a little bit more present on my social media pages. King Said So on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Kagiso King Hlongwane. You can also follow the King Said So page there. What I'm excited about, though, is that the African Mojolo channel has reached 100 subscribers. That I'm so excited about. I think the channel is 1 month, 2 weeks, or something like that. So I thank you so much, guys, for supporting the channel. That channel, is a channel that we need as African people to speak about the way we should approach relationship problems, marriage problems in an African way. It's very important. If you haven't already subscribed there, it's absolutely free. Those who have subscribed on King Said So, thank you so much. And those who haven't, click the subscribe button. Let's grow this channel. Almost 26,000 subscribers now. The channel is growing. We need to give channels like this the voice. And you are the only person that can do that for me. Thank you so much, guys. Until we meet next time, don't forget to pray. After you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace. Pan-Africanism. I salute you.